Newcastle have been robbed of this game. They should have had a penalty. And if they have the penalty at 1-1, they score the penalty. They then defend and win the game. So this is literally what's happened in this game. I think they completely do not deserve this victory whatsoever. They don't deserve this win, you know. And of course, they score both of their goals from headers of set pieces. So at the end of the day, it's just what we expect from Arsenal.
Newcastle United, you have blood on your hands on this day and on the previous day. This is the second time you have allowed an op to dunk on your head top in the last minute at St. James's Park this season. I had a wild, loose Turkish LDN storm into my room, into my sanctuary, into my home, into my peace zone. Whilst I was doing that watch along, at the end, a wild, loose Turkish LDN stormed in here to laugh at me, to giggle, to smile. And it's because of you. Because you don't know how to manage a game. Because you don't know how to use your brain. You. And I'm already having a bad weekend. That's the thing. I'm already having a bad weekend. I didn't need this. I didn't ask for this. I asked for a resilient, resounding Newcastle result. That's all I asked for, and that's what I came to expect, because I know that you guys can defend. I know that you guys can be resilient. I know that you guys can block and intercept and make big challenges. And you were doing that for most of the game, but you switched off.
Arsenal just displayed, right, signs of champions. Signs of champions, that was, in terms of that isolated game, that 90 minutes up at St. James's Park. That is what champions do. That's what we get told when Liverpool do it. Liverpool were winning all the games in the last minute, from losing positions, from winning positions, from drawing positions. You name it, Liverpool have done it. And what do the Liverpool fans always say to Arsenal fans? What does everybody who get onto Arsenal always say? They say, whatever, you just have to find a way. Handbrake as well. Arsenal created chances. Eze in the 10. Shots on target. Man was looking good. Doing way more than Odegaard that I've seen this season from him and beyond, actually. Arsenal need to be looking at that. And that's no turn up for the books. Arteta needs to learn from that. Arsenal fans been saying that. Neutral fans, you can see. Eze is the guy there. Eze should be playing in that 10. Odegaard's days are numbered there. Let's be honest. Eze was exceptional today. The only thing missing from his performance was a goal.
And Gabriel's late winner for Arsenal has blown a massive hole in this title race. Last week we were thinking Man City, Arsenal 1-1, not enough on the front foot from Arteta. A week later, Liverpool have lost, Arsenal have won. They're 2 points behind them. And that is a huge statement in the title race, not forgetting the massive amount of controversy to unpack in that game. It's been a horrific weekend for the PGMOL, VAR and officiating. But ultimately, the final score is Newcastle 1, Arsenal 2. With 10 minutes to go, it's 1-0 to Newcastle. A good goal by Voltemada. But Arsenal scoring 2 headers. Gabriel with the winner. Should it have been a penalty a few minutes before that, it could have been 2-1 to Newcastle. But you can see the players going off the pitch. They're absolutely elated by that. It's such a big result for Arsenal. And let's not forget, they've only lost one game to a worldie at Anfield by Szoboszlai. They drew with Man City. They've been to Old Trafford and won. They've been to St James's Park and won. In their first 6 games, they've had 3 really difficult away games and Man City at home, and they're only 2 points off the top. I think Arsenal will take so much mentally from that game, because maybe a couple of years ago, you get a penalty, it gets overturned, you have a worldie performance from Pope, Newcastle score a breakaway goal, you end up losing the game and you're like, oh, woe is me. They've come back against all that obscurity and still found a way to win it. And that is what you need to do if you want to win titles. And I think that's why it's such a big message from Arsenal.
Yo! Liverpool twice. Listen, I've not got a lot to celebrate. But if there's one thing If there's one thing we cannot do, and Manchester United fans, we can all unite, is Liverpool not to win their 21st title. Every United fan should be supporting Arsenal this season for the title. I don't care, bro. Yeah? You can call me shameless. You can call me this. Brother, Arsenal, we're with you. We are with you. We celebrated that goal with you tonight because you know why? We've got an enemy. We've got an enemy in Liverpool, and we cannot allow them to win another title. So thank you.
You know what? Arsenal deserve that. I thought Malik Chow was excellent for Newcastle today. I thought Newcastle defended excellent in moments. I think Nick Pope had some good moments and some bad moments. But I felt that Arsenal deserved that. It was a game where I thought that actually Arsenal played quite well. They played the better football. They dominated large parts of the game. They started really well. I think Voltamara did well to get a goal against the run of play. Malik Chow defended well. But it was a good performance from Arsenal. And the biggest thing for me was at the end, Eze and Odegaard, that kind of performance. I think Declan Rice, Eze, Odegaard on the pitch as a midfield three at the same time when Arsenal need to break down low blocks could be their solution, because Eze was majestic today. Odegaard, when he came on, I've been critical of Odegaard this last year, but Odegaard, when he came on, what he offered the ball into Lewis Skelly, which almost assisted him, was great. And look, Arsenal of this time last year, Arsenal of last season would have lost that game 1-0. This win is huge for Arsenal because every time Liverpool dropped points last season, so did Arsenal. And Arsenal had to get 3 points. But Liverpool dropped points, they had to get 3 points. And St James's Park, Newcastle, is such a bogey team for Arsenal. It's the type of game they don't win. And when Arsenal went 1-0 down, I thought Newcastle going to win this 1-0. It's going to be last season all over again. Arteta's predictable. Arteta's defensive, and everything we've said about Arsenal this season, they kind of proved us wrong today.
Newcastle were 100% robbed in this game. This is an undeserved win for Arsenal Football Club. They did not deserve to win. You can say I'm biased. You can say I'm a hater. You can say cry more. It doesn't change the fact that it was a penalty. It hits Gabriel's arm. Gabriel's arm is so high, it's like he's raising his hand in class. It's like when you're back in school and you had to raise your hand up when you wanted to ask the teacher a question. That's how high his arm was. His arm was so high. That was 100% a penalty. If the referee gave that as the penalty, VAR wouldn't have overturned it. But they didn't want to upset Mikel Arteta's Reds, and they didn't want to upset the Premier League because the Premier League needs a title race. And because the Premier League needs a title race, of course, they're going to let Arsenal not get that penalty given against them. Of course. What else am I supposed to think, other than this? So this is where we're at right now, ladies and gentlemen. Newcastle have been robbed of this game. They should have had a penalty. And if they have the penalty at 1-1, they score the penalty. They then defend and win the game. So this is literally what's happened in this game. I think they completely do not deserve this victory whatsoever. They don't deserve this win, and of course they score both of their goals from headers of set pieces. So at the end of the day, it's just what we expect from Arsenal. You get me? They robbed. And by the way, Arsenal fans, are you complaining about extra time now? Or only when we're playing you complain about extra time? 7 minutes extra time in the first half and 8 minutes extra time in the second half. But when it's us, look at the extra time. Oh my God, you had 15 minutes of extra time and you were done for most of it. So what? Am I going to conspiracize? You get me? You see how we don't complain about extra time? But I'm just calling out you guys as hypocrisy.